Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Economic Tutorials. Today we will be starting with our lecture number 4 and a very new unit, Money and Banking. Previously we have completed with our unit number 1 of National Income, and now going further with a new unit, Money and Banking. So what do you understand by money, or what you understand by banking is not at all required here. So just relax and just watch out what we are going to learn here. You do not have to worry that okay, I'm not knowing anything about money or I'm not doing anything about banking. Nothing to do with that. You just need to focus on what I am speaking and just note down if you want to write any of the particulars, or just I'll go a bit slower so that you all can understand. I always relate with the topics to the examples that we face in our real economy. This is because it makes us easy to understand what all is going on. So now, going on with money and banking, what we'll be doing in this chapter is not to do with the money or not to do with the banking. You just need to know what exactly does our economy do whenever we involve our money, whenever we want to do anything with money, or how is money involved, to know what actually our economy is doing. Okay, so starting off with the topic number 1 of this unit, that is barter exchange. Okay, guys. So now, when we talk of barter exchange, what do you understand by barter exchange? If I am talking of barter, what exactly is that exchange referring to you? This is basically referred to that economy or that exchange where one good is dealt with other good. That is, for example, if I'm talking of wheat. Okay, so wheat is my example of the day. Now, when I'm talking for wheat, then what am I doing? For example, here is a person who is having 1 kg of wheat. Okay, so what will he do? Now he want a pair of shoes. Okay, he wants a pair of shoes. So what he will do now? He will have to go somewhere where shoes are there. So now here is another person. Okay, he is having 4 pairs of shoes. So now what he will do? He is having wheat, he is having shoes. Now what he thinks of, I'm having 4 pairs of shoes, and but I don't want shoes, I want something to eat. So if someone will give me wheat, then I will have something to eat, because I don't want any more shoes now, because he cannot eat shoes, right? So what he will do, he will find a person who is having wheat now. So he is also traveling and going to somewhere, and they meet at one place here. Okay, he asks, okay, you are having shoes, and he says, okay, you are having wheat, so what I can do is I'll give you 2 pair of shoes, you give me 1 kg of wheat. So he says, okay, I don't have any problem, but I want only 1 pair of shoes. He says, okay, you give me half kg of wheat, and I'll give you 1 pair of shoes. Okay, so what he does is he says, okay, and the deal is done. So this basically is barter exchange, when you are dealing one good in place of other good. Now he does not know what the quality of wheat is, he does not know what is the quality of shoes. They are just exchanging because they require it. Okay, so this is what happening in barter exchange. So you can automatically guess out that what will be its limitations, why this economy has been dropped in nowadays, why we do not follow this exchange pattern, why it this has a very important and a few reasons that each and every person should understand. Okay, so now coming on to limitations. What are the limitations of this exchange rate? Everyone knows, okay, we can exchange wheat and rice, or we can exchange wheat and shoes. Why can't this happen every time? Why? Because see, I just told you, I don't know what is the quality of wheat, I don't know what is the quality of shoes. What I can do is, for example, when I will, in nowadays what we do is, we go to the market seller and then sell up with the wheat, for example 10 rupees per kg, or I can say 10 rupees, I can say 1000, no, 1000 will be much more, 100 rupees a kg is wheat today, okay. And one pair of shoes, this quality of shoes is only for 50 rupees. He is only selling a slipper, in fact. So it is only for 50 rupees. So this wheat person is in a loss or is in a gain. How do we calculate? He said half kg you give me wheat, so he pays him 50 rupees. If and one pair of shoes is also for 50 rupees here. So economy is sorted. 50 for 50 is nothing, zero left. But every time this does not happen, right? So what can be there? Maybe these shoes are of 100 rupees a pair, and he says, okay, I'll give you one shoe pair, you give me half kg of wheat. Then who is in a loss? This shoe person is in a loss. So that's why it is very much important to abolish barter exchange, although we do not follow now. But yes, at that point when there was barter exchange, it was very much important. Okay, so now coming on to limitation, there are a few important points that you can note down, because if you will note down, it will make you easy to understand it basically. So the first point becomes lack of double coincidence of wants. Now what is meant by double coincidence? That means it is not necessary that one person who is taking wheat in the market and the other person who is requiring, who is taking shoes in the market, will exchange with each other. It's not necessary that the person who is selling up wheat requires shoes only, right? So it is very much difficult. For example, he wants rice, okay, and the person who is carrying rice wants pulses. Now what he will do is, the rice person does not want wheat, or the person who wants wheat is wanting rice, but the rice person does not want wheat, he wants pulses. So what he will do is, this wheat person will have to go first of all to pulses person in order to exchange pulses, and then he will go to rice person to exchange rice. But this can also happen that this pulses person does not want to eat, okay, so again he will have to find out some person who want pulses. So this cycle goes on, and if at the end of the day also he is not able to find what actually he requires, then all of his, like we can say, all of his hard work will go in vain. So simply what he could do is, he could pay out 100 rupees for exchange, and then he could give him 100 rupees that, okay, I want 100 rupees and give me rice. Yeah, So this would have been easy for him. But under barter exchange, this is not going to happen. So there was lack of double coincidence of want. So we needed to drop this method of exchange. Second point is lack of common measure of value. Now, what is meant by lack of common measure of value? That means the previous example where we were dealing in shoes and weight, I said that 100 rupees per kg is weight, and for example, one pair of shoes in actual is for 100 rupees. So if this shoe person wants half kg of weight, then he'll be in loss because he does not know the quality, that it is only his shoes are for 100 rupees and his weight is 1 kg is only for 100 rupees. All the 1 kg that he's carrying is for 100 rupees of weight. So what he will do is he will simply provide him with one pair of shoes and take up half kg because he is requiring half kg, or he is only providing with a half kg, that okay, in 100 rupees I'll, in one pair of shoes I'll give you half a kg. So when he does not know the quality, he'll agree. So lack of common measure of value is there because they do not know what is the quality or at what level they stand. So they will agree, which will automatically make them in loss, right? So this is another reason why we require to drop up with this measure of barter exchange. Next comes out is lack of standard deferred payment. Now, what is meant by lack of standards of deferred payment? This means is whenever I'm talking for any of the value that again I'll go to that example of weight. This weight according to me was of 100 rupees a kg because of his quality, and the shoes here is for 100 rupees a pair. So now when there is no standards of deferred payment, they are exchanging them directly, so they cannot compare shoes in a common measure. That was due to a common measure, they cannot measure them. Okay, this is the quality, so this is the price, or this is the quality and this is the price. They cannot make a measure out of that. That's why, and they are not having a common value, wherein for example we talk of money, there is not value associated to that money. A paper is having no value until it is printed in a form of currency, right? So lack of standards of deferred payments are always there. Even in terms of gold, after barter exchange we had gold for exchanging, so gold is also having its own value that changes day to day. That's why but after barter exchange, gold system also did not work much, because we required such a currency which does not have its own value. It is only having a value when it is printed in that form, right? So that is in only paper notes or coins. Also they have some value, because you must be hearing many a times that economy is losing out with coins, and coins are reprinted again and again. Why is that so? Because it is funny, but it is true that people steal coins or the pennies, because these are made up of some metal, and that metal, when it is melted, it can be sold in market. So whenever poor people do not have even a penny in their pocket that they can spend on something, they mostly sell out with these coins and things. They first melt them into a solid and then sell it. So because in form of coins they cannot sell it, obviously, because it is having some value associated to it. So that's why they need to first convert it or melt them into a metal piece. That is why in nowadays there are many currencies that we can see here, that outside part is of different color and inside part is of different color, but this can be broken down. The inside part can come out and the outside part is always different. So in nowadays also, it is not a fault of government, rather it is a fault of our situations that such an act always happen in India. So leaving that to point aside, because that is not what we are here to learn. Now next point is lack of storage. Okay. So lack of storage. Why there is a lack of storage? You can always store your itineraries which you are exchanging. But yes, there is a lack of storage because how much items will you exchange? And one more important thing, they are perishable also. So it is never necessary that each and every item that you are exchanging is always be that valuable ever. Because for example, I can say that if I want to eat an ice cream, okay, this is my ice cream which I want to eat, and a person is exchanging, like I can say I am having rice also at my home. So I want to have an ice cream and I am having rice. This person who is giving up ice cream, he is giving two ice creams for 1 kg of rice, right? So I only want is one rice. I only want is one ice cream, and one I don't want another one. So what I do is, he says I will give you two ice creams in exchange of 1 kg rice, but I will take minimum 1 kg, so you will have to take two ice creams, right? So now I take up with two ice creams and give him with 1 kg, but what do I do with the other ice cream? I will either have to consume it unwillingly, or what I will do is I will store it somewhere. For how much time I can store it? Ice cream, or if I'm having a refrigerator, I can store it, but still it has a limit of time, right? So I cannot store it until n number of years. So that is why we require to stop with the barter exchange and adopt some other values that are much more of importance of us, that can solve our problem. So our economy came up with money as a main function that held our economy stronger and could make exchanges easier. So in next lecture we'll be doing with money, how did it came into existence, and how did it work more. So that's all for today. Meet you in lecture number 5, guys. Do subscribe, like, and share with these videos.